Welcome to Biology 315 Genetics for the Fall 2022 semester. This video will introduce you to how the course is set up, what the expectations from you are, and how to succeed in the course. My name is Manu. I'm a developmental geneticist. My lab works on identifying the genes that are responsible for cellular differentiation during blood cell formation and understanding how those genes work with each other to choose the particular cell type that stem cell is going to form. My office is located in Starcher 209, and my office hours for the fall 22 semester are Mondays 10 to 11 a.m. and Wednesdays 4 to 5 p.m., although this is subject to change. Our teaching assistant this semester is Blessing Okusun. She's pursuing a PhD in biology in neural and vascular development, and her office is located in room 213 in Starcher Hall. The most important thing to understand about this course is that it is split up into 8 modules, each lasting 1 fortnight or 2 weeks in duration. For example, the first module will begin with the first day of classes on Tuesday, 23rd of August, and it will end on Saturday, 3rd September. On Sunday, 4th September, the second module will begin. Each module, therefore, has 4 classes inside of it. Each module is composed of study materials, deliverables, things that you have to complete, as well as a final assessment in the form of a mini exam. The study materials are study guides. Each module has 2 study guides, A and B. There is reading assignments, so things that you need to, sections that you need to read in the textbook. And each module also contains video lectures that you can use as a learning aid. And the way to work through a module is to read the textbook and watch the video lectures and use that information to fill out the study guides. Now, the study guides are due as assignments. Study guide A is due as assignment 1, and the filled out study guide B is due as assignment 2. Towards the end of the module, there is a homework that is due, and for extra practice in solving genetics problems, I assign in each module a few end of chapter problems. These do not have to be submitted, but you can check your answers against the solutions. So what's due in each module are 2 assignments, one in the first week of the module and the other in the second week of the module. And the assignments are just filled out study guides. And the other thing that's due in the module is homework. And each module culminates in a final assessment in the form of a mini exam where you're assessed on your learning in that module. With the exception of assignment 1 of module 1, the assignments are due at midnight on Wednesdays. So the assignment 1 of each module is due or at midnight on the Wednesday of the first week, and assignment 2 is due at midnight on the Wednesday of the second week. Since we are starting module 1 in the middle of the week, assignment 1 of module 1 will be due on Friday at midnight. The study guides will be graded individually, and I'll come to that in a minute, on completeness and the correctness of one randomly chosen question. 80% of the grade depends on how much of the study guide has been completed without regard to the correctness of the answers. And then 20% of the grade depends on how correctly one question, which will be chosen randomly by the TA, has been answered. You have been randomly assigned to study groups in your section. The purpose of these study groups is so that you can help each other while learning the material, while reading the book, watching the videos, solving problems, practicing, and so on. And therefore, you may collaborate on filling out the study guide. However, you have to submit the study guide individually. Therefore, although you may work together in a group, each person has to submit their filled out study guide individually. And if they don't do so, they will get 0 points on the assignment. Um, you may choose to work independently if you so prefer. You don't have to work in the group. The groups are there for your convenience. At the end of each module, on the second Friday or Friday of the second week at midnight, a homework is going to be due. The one thing to keep in mind is that I assign a reading of a current sort of article about scientific research in genetics, and two of the questions in the homework are based on that reading. So leave yourself some time to read that article and answer those questions. Therefore, if you are logging on to Blackboard at 11 p.m. to answer homework questions, you may not have sufficient time to read that article and answer those questions. So give yourself time. The deadlines are going to be predictable. They're always going to be on the Friday of the second week of each module. Once a module has been concluded, for example, module 1 concludes on 3rd September, there will be a mini exam in class on the first class of that module. Therefore, the first mini exam is going to be held on Tuesday, 6 September. And the subject matter of this exam will be all the material that has been covered in module 1. Similarly, on the first Tuesday of module 3, which is 20th of September, there will be a mini exam on the contents or material covered in module 2 and so on. What you should be doing in class. Bring your laptop to take Blackboard exams. Strictly speaking, all the activities that we do in class and the mini exams are on Blackboard. Therefore, you should bring your laptop to every class. It's also probably a good idea to bring scratch paper and pen or pencil to work through the problems. The other thing you must do is work through as much of the study guide as possible before class so that you come to class with questions. So all the in-person classes are actually reviews where we will work through problems, work through study guides, answer questions, and so on. In order to benefit the most from in-person classes, it's best if you have prepared, which means you have filled out the study guide as much as possible before class. What should you be doing outside of class? Well, you should read the book and other posted materials on Blackboard, watch the videos, discuss with your group, or you can contact me with questions, come to office hours if there are any doubts, and fill out the study guides, which are due as assignments. You should do the homeworks, do the practice problems, and come prepared to class to ask questions. The absence policy in this class is that I must be notified prior to an exam in case of university-sponsored activities, illness, or other emergencies. There are no exceptions. The only time makeups are provided is if there is university-sponsored activity, illness, or other emergency. If you have a university-sponsored activity because of which you are not able to take the exam, you must contact me prior to the exam and also provide documentation for this university-sponsored activity. For illnesses and other emergencies, please notify me through the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities. Now, occasionally missing deadlines due to routine disruptions should not affect your grade. The lowest scoring homework will be dropped. The two lowest scoring assignments, that is, the study guides, will be dropped, and one mini exam will be dropped. Therefore, If you happen to miss homework or assignments or mini exam due to things that are not covered under university sponsored activities, illnesses, or other emergencies, that should not affect your grade. The grading scheme is that the mini exams have a weightage of 50% of the grade. So that's going to be best 7 out of 8. There is a no final exam or no cumulative exam. The final exam in finals week is just the 8th mini exam. Um, Homeworks have a weightage of 30% of the best 7 out of 8. And the assignments or the filled out study guides have a weightage of 20%, best 14 out of 16. Now, I will demonstrate the Blackboard site to show you where the modules are located, how you can check due dates and check your group, and so on. In the Blackboard site for the course, the most important area is the lessons area, which contains all the modules. Now you'll see module 1 is available, and the description of module 1 describes what are the topics which correspond to the reading assignment that is covered in module 1. However, you should look at the study guide for the details of the reading assignment. Now, if you click on a module, you will see it shows that you can page through 21 pages of material, but on the left, it also shows a table of contents. And you can use either way to navigate. So, for example, if I want to get the study guide part A, I'll have to scroll a bit here. If I want the study guide part A, I can click on it, and this will initiate a download of the Word document that is the empty study guide part A, and then I can get started filling it out based on the readings that are listed inside the study guide. Now, you could also page through this, and now I have moved to study guide part B, and it has downloaded the Word document of study guide part B. And you can see here there is a 1.3, which is a pedigree analysis case study, which is also listed as additional material, which is reading material or activities that are part of this module. Next, in section 2, you have video lectures, and this page is just the title page for video lectures, but I can click through and see that I have embedded video lectures that I can watch that are directly connected to both the readings and the content that is covered in the study guide. And so you're expected to read the textbook and watch the video lectures. I would advise you to take notes while you're watching the lectures and then use that material to answer the questions in the study guide. And you could click through and see all the videos. And then when you're ready with the filled out study guides, now it's time to go and submit the assignments based on the due dates. And if you click through, you will see here is an assignment where you can attach files by browsing the filled out study guide and uploading it. And another reminder, these assignments have to be submitted individually, so you can collaborate while completing them, but you must upload them individually. Finally, you can go to the homework, which will be due on the Friday of the second week of each module, and you could click here to launch the homework, which is just a Blackboard test. Leave yourself sufficient time because you would have to read an article about some current genetics research and answer questions on that. And finally, in the module, you have end of chapter problems. These are not going to be graded. These are for your self-practice, but you should solve them for practice and also check your answers in the solutions. Now, I can go back to the lessons area, and you can look on the left navigation bar. There are a number of useful links. One that's super important is this link for calendar due dates down here. And if I click on calendar due dates, it shows me my course calendar, and all the assignments and the homeworks will show up here as they are made available. So, for example, um, Module 1, Assignment 1 is due on Friday at 11:59 p.m. Please note it's not exactly midnight, it's 1 minute before midnight. Module 1, Assignment 2 is due at 11:59 p.m. on the 31st of August, and Module 1 homework is due 11:59 p.m. on Friday, the 2nd of September. Another useful link in the navigation bar on the left is the groups link. And if you click on that, it'll show you the group that you're a member of. So I can click and I can see who are the group members in my group. I can use these tools like Collaborate, File Exchange, Discussion Board, or I can send email to my group members. If you would like to exchange your emails directly and not email through Blackboard, or communicate through iMessage or WhatsApp or Signal or what have you, that is, all is totally up to you. And once again, the groups are not compulsory. There is no group grading. So if you would rather just work on your own, you're welcome to. And that's about it for the Blackboard demonstration. Finally, what do you need to do to succeed in this class? The most important thing to remember is genetics is a little bit like mathematics classes. So the focus is not on memorizing material, but on comprehending the material and practicing problem solving skills and critical thinking skills so that you can demonstrate them. Okay, and therefore you must comprehend the assigned reading material before you come to class. That way, in the class, you will not be encountering that material for the first time, and it'll be like a review. Class participation. Ask questions. Come to class with questions and doubts. The in-person classes are basically review sessions. If you have still more questions, I have office hours and review sessions. So please come to office hours and review sessions. This next point, practice, is really, really crucial. So I will repeat again, it's a bit like math. On the exams, you will be getting genetics problems, crosses, and so on. And you need practice in solving those problems in order to be able to do it during the mini exams. Um, and another thing you can do while learning this material is you should take notes while you're watching the videos. That's a great way of reinforcing what you're watching rather than kind of glazing over it. One thing I like to do is when I'm like in a lecture or watching a video lecture is to pause the video and then try and work out the next step by myself. Um, and that's a great way to see if you are understanding how the problem should be solved. And with that, I will see you in class.